Wherever love goes, there is also misery. It's no mystery. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy. When we're in too deep. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain.
Find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right.
To get off that darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, Regularities, living all the dreams, playing all the games, and getting high on love. They can chase us down, but we will always win. Leading every dance, feeling every touch, and getting high on love. We're invincible. Trust in me, we're invincible. Don't you see, we're invincible.
Loot.bet, made for live betting.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Loot.bet CS League Season 1. And of course, it is going to be the group stage coming to a close slowly but surely. But before we jump onto the details of that, of course, welcome back. We've just seen previously, of course, a victory by Wendigo against Prosto. Now, it's time to have another best of 3 with Prosto, but this time going up against NoChance, which arguably, on paper, is even better than Wendigo.
Yeah, I mean, NoChance, they've had some good results. I mean, it's not great that Rarefaction has now seemingly gone public with the roster change that he is, he's going to be making. He made the tweet yesterday, so that all but confirms his departure from the roster, and it's now public knowledge where he's going, I believe, but just in case it isn't, we won't just disperse anything, but it is going to be Zane standing in today, which... He's a very talented player after his time in Javier. I think he proved that. But again, it's sort of that in-game leader type player who can play the more supportive type roles. I think that'll fit into NoChance's playstyle very, very well, with obviously Frozen and Nukia being those more flashy players. So I think Zane's good to be backing them up now.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly going to be... it's certainly going to be very important to see how NoChance can handle at least the first few rounds coming out. I mean, I think it's very much important to note that Prosto had played 16-14 cash against Wendigo. So, you know, it's not exactly It wasn't exactly easy pickings for Windigo, even though they won the series 2-0. They still fought the first map quite hard, and obviously a few mistakes on the Prosto's side that had been quite prevalent above all else had kinda in the end brought them down. But on the other side, you know, NoChance, they are prone to having their own issues exploited, as well as, you know, basically cycled over and over again. So hopefully, you know, Zen, as you said, will work out for NoChance. That he should, actually. I mean, let's be honest about this. Zen certainly is probably one of the better replacements they could have brought in under the circumstances. The ex-player of Havu, who in my opinion is one of the better players to come out of Havu overall. We'll see though, NoChance going up against Prosto. It's the pistol round, or at least the knife round, starting off very soon. So keep in mind, guys, this is open for business for both teams. And I guess when it comes to NoChance, they have to win this as well, as convincingly as possible if they wish to have any sort of chance to get out of the groups, I guess.
Yeah, and I think they have their last 3 matches in the space of today and tomorrow, meaning everything is decided with their playoff place coming into these last couple of days. They still have 3 best of 3s to play, one of which is against Prosto, one against Windstrike later on in the evening, and then I believe their final one against XCOM I think it's like middle of the day tomorrow. So
yeah,
they have some quite, I'd say, difficult matches coming up. Windstrike especially. I mean, whilst they've fallen to a couple of easier sides, I think they're still a team on their day, whilst they have maybe some issues that they can really grind out a nice little victory. But coming into this match, Prosto, we saw how good they can play cash. We saw that they took Windigo 16-14. NoChance aren't really a cash team. They play it if they want to. They'll allow it to be played more than other maps in the cycle, in the veto. They don't really like to play Nuke. That's their insta ban. But again, it's one of Prosto's not better maps, but one they also play. I think they played it against XCOM and Windstrike, if I remember correctly.
I think they did, yeah.
Yeah, and trains their insta ban. So I think Cash is a good first map, especially with how good NoChance are on Dust 2 as well, which is a map that Prosto do seemingly ban these days. So I think the veto is kind of tailored for both teams. NoChance, map 1's going to be interesting. But again, we've seen how Prosto, whilst they can have their mistakes, can play very, very well.
Indeed they can. And well, just as we say mistakes, it is going to be Frozen finding the entry. The P250 in his hands will be as deadly as they come, as he's able to secure at least one in favor of NoChance. Kenzer holding the line on B with Ivan. And we've got, of course, Def on mid, Flarch on a car. This is going to be an A execute coming through. There is a smoke available. Okay. Frozen, 2 bullets, 2 headshots. Or more so, 3 bullets, 2 headshots. I guess that works out quite well as well. It is going to be a 3-on-5 retake that Prosto should have absolutely no business in getting in their hands, given the current position they're in, given the fact that Zen still has a smoke and a flashbang on Crystal. Oh, Frozen. Oh, man, this is a P250 god, and it's a 4K for Frozen. Can he go for the ace? He certainly is going to be lefty ace, right? He has to be lefty ace. I mean, this is pretty much... Yes, he will. Okay.
Is that 5 kills, 5 headshots? I think it was.
The 4th was body shot, but, you know, fair enough. I mean, we can count it as a headshot, let's say that. Also, I think we can count it as an ace, or more so as 5 headshots, because he used only 1 magazine. Basically, he used the 13 bullets he had, and he still had 4 left once he killed the last player. So I think that speaks for itself.
He's one of those players that you can just count on. Like, he's so young, but he bags so much experience, which I think is crazy. And that he fits so well into this NoChance roster. And yeah, that's a beautiful pistol round to open again. Prosto, they started clean against Windigo. They had a 4-0 start, if I remember correctly, before Windigo got their first round on the board. So, yeah, they've been taken down a pedestal here to start this off. But again, the Prosto side, we know how well they can play cash. It's just whether they can fare off against the very loose and very puggy style of NoChance. Whilst they have some of their strategies and whilst they can play somewhat default executions. They're more of a team that relies on getting those kills, getting the entries, and working off of the back of that. And I think it's a beautiful style for NoChance to play because it caters around their players, Frozen and Nokia especially.
Yeah, I think he was in Gunrunners, right, Frozen?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was in Gunrunners. So I think it's good to mention that while he was in Gunrunners, he couldn't really show his true potential to the maximum, because if your teammates are not up to the task, if they're not missing the shots they really need to take or really need to hit, as well as, you know, play the way they need to play, or at least cater to his style, he's gonna have he had a hard time, or sometimes he had a hard time, I guess you could say. Obviously carried a lot, but, you know, not always. And as you said, NoChance not exactly being the most meticulous team when it comes to having executes and set strategies from the get-go. They're a little bit more let loose, a little bit more on the side of, you know, free willy style. Just, you know, having a chance to go for a default, and then let your players go. Let Frozen peek whatever he wants. Let Michaelele do his own thing with the AWP. That's where the real quality of NoChance still stems from, because they're not a 5-man squad yet. After losing Faction, or after he has now confirmed he's going to Norderwind, they're going to have to find their 5th, and they have to implement him into the roster. And that's a lengthy process. That's a process that cannot, you know, be rushed. You can't just put somebody in there and expect he's going to do everything you expect, or everything you did in the past. You need to show him the ropes. I mean, obviously, if you bring out somebody who's already experienced, but nonetheless, you have to show him some sort of basic stuff you already do as a team. And due to the fact that they don't have a 5th player, I would imagine that's also one of the primary reasons why they play a little bit more let loose than they would usually. And we see the early entry goes to Pro100, though. The Deagle out of Def has always been very accurate. Even on the game, or in the game against Wendigo, he's been deadly as they come. So we'll see how well this round can play off for NoChance. They've got 2 AKs, 2 Mech 10s, and Michaelele is at 55 HP. So not exactly the optimal amount, but not the worst either.
Yeah, and an interesting start. Again, they're definitely, these pistols can really provide great damage. We've seen Pro100 get some good frags with pistols in not only that previous best of 3, but just overall in general. Def and Kenzo really fit into that style where they can go for fast plays, they can try and get some deagle frags and overall inflict damage. This time, NoChance, they should be able to ride out in this round. They have those 4 players still alive and have been able to trade back the initial kill. Your Kinder dead. The Scout can still be a nuisance, though. We've seen how much damage a Scout can do with just tagging players down to 30, allowing the Deagles to really reign supreme. But Michaelele takes a vital aspect out of the round, and this is such a beautiful play. Crystal tries to push in CT, gets great info onto Flaric, even does damage as well. Bomb will go down in a 3-on-2 scenario. Flaric and Def, whilst they both have kills to their name, this will be a very tough task to take down NoChance in this round. 3-0, heading into the first buy of the CTs.
Certainly a excellent start for NoChance. As much as they play let loose, they also do need that good starting point from which they can build their momentum from. I mean, that kind of goes for every team, but I guess there are some teams that are a little bit more prone to losing if they don't get a good start than others. One thing I guess we didn't mention really was the fact that Zen and Crystal did play together in the past in Sprout, if I'm not wrong. I think it was Sprout, right?
Yes.
I'm fairly certain it was Sprout.
Was it Seed? Was it the team before Sprout when Sprout were called Seed?
It's possible. Remember. Yeah, I think, but I think they already. I think they wore the colors of Sprout as well.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain.
Yeah, I think they did.
I'm not gonna say for certain because I'm not sure, but you know, Zen, he's got a lengthy career in CS, and you know, it's a player that you can certainly rely on being able to do whatever you tell him to do. In any case, it is going to be 3-0, as you said. The first gun round is here. Pro100, they've got 3 AUGs, a M4, and a Mech 10. Not exactly the best scenario, and Yekindar, he's going to be running straight into the crosses of Nukia. Okay. Nukia, there's the double. That's enough. Oh, yes, and the major with Penta. I just wrote...
Yeah, he took Penta to the major.
Yeah.
Whilst it was a while back, it was... Yeah. You still can't discredit.
No, that's true. Yeah, they played the major with Penta, so certainly, you know, Zen, he's had already quite a successful run. Hopefully he can do it again, but we kind of ignored the fact that Pro100 did get 2 kills. Ivan subsequently, you know, getting those 2 entries, getting those 2 frags. securing a chance for Prosto. Unfortunately, in the end, it doesn't matter. Mr. Frozen, he's cold as hell. He's the king of cold hell. Frozen over, finding 2 kills in the end. 4-0, no chance. This is a perfect start. Prosto, it feels like they're back in overpass against Wendigo. We have to keep in mind they did win 8-2, or were winning 8-2 at one point on cash against Wendigo, and that's a result is not easy to lose from, basically, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, Prosto, they should have had ample opportunities to close out that map.
Oh yeah,
but Wendigo, they were just too strong, and it seems like NoChance are an entirely different entity here. As they kickstart this off quite well with already an early frag by Nokia. He gets himself an AWP, which caters for his lack of points of health. Def's been able to sneak inside of the smoke toward Forklift, which could be kind of very dangerous as he's able to wrap around and take down one. Luckily, Crystal's back for the trade, though. Keeps it at an even advantage, or a man advantage for NoChance still. Nokia is still tagged, and Ivan takes out Frozen. A vital frag to find in this round if they want to complete the retake. Crystal, he literally cannot peek right now. He has to stay safe in this position, and Ivan, he gets the vital frag. Down to a 3-on-2. Time is ticking, but there's plenty of time to find the retake. Not if Nokia's pulling out kills like that, though, from Quad. A very, very good position for that AWP. Zen shuts out Flaric, and down to a 2-on-1. Zen to finish, 5-0. And NoChance, they're bettering the scoreline of Prosto so far. It's been clean and precisely cut from NoChance here on out.
Yeah, and it's not just clean and precisely cut, it's more of a clinical cut, because sure, Prosto come close to almost retaking a 3-on-2. You would think, okay, sure, this is where they do it, right? This is where they break this current position. They're able to find their first, but no, denied immediately. Nukia, I mean, he's a crazy player. You can never count him out, and obviously Zen alongside him is just it's easy. It's easy peasy lemony squeezy almost. It's gonna be pistols and Kevlars for Prosto. Not exactly the optimal start for the CT side of Cash, but I would dare say that obviously since this is the CT side of Cash, they're always going to have issues with money if they start losing early on. If they can't get themselves into an established position, they will be having difficulties finding more than 4 to 5 rounds on the first half. But I will not count them out until we see the 16th out of NoChance, if it does come, obviously. Prosto, so far, they've been always there to surprise us, if nothing else, at least a little bit. They've always been there to show up in the most important of rounds, and we'll see how this one works out. The Eagles in the hands of Ivan, Kenzer, Yekandar, Def, and Flaret scare me, because what I've seen out of them in the past has been scary, and I think NoChance cannot take any chances of going in 1-by-1, letting themselves be isolated in those duels.
Yeah, that's the thing. They can't underestimate Prosto, and I think they're coming into this game with the right mentality to do so. Like I had a conversation with their manager about what they want to do with the rest of these games, and they're ready. They're mentally ready to fight for these playoffs. They know what they need to do essentially to break into that playoff barrier, and they're going to go into these games doing that, and rightly so. Against this eco round, it's a 3-on-2. Kenzor will at least trade back a frag onto Zen, gets him one in the round. Looks to catch off Crystal, but a beautiful shot onto Kenzor. And Flaric down into a 1-on-3. He might just save the Kevlar. That might be prudent going into the next round, but at least if he can get himself one exit kill to either secure a rifle or just deal damage. But right now, NoChance, they are full steam ahead when they're pushing into the sort of not around the middle half of, or middle stage of the first half, and Prosto yet to get around is kind of worrying. NoChance, though, they will not want to let any opportunity in for Prosto. They'll want to keep them all moving on that T side. And again, Wendigo, like we came off of the back of that best of 3 from Prosto in that previous, thinking they can play very well on Cash, but again, just on the day, in that mentality, the bashing they received from Wendigo, it may have just knocked all the wind out of their sails anyway. And
let's be honest about this. We cannot just disregard that loss. It is something that is going to be continuously in the mind of Prosto up until tomorrow, or up until they finish today's plays, today's matches, practices, whatever. Because a loss like that certainly resonates deeper than just on a local level. Okay, you know, I got that, you know, I lost that, whatever, it happens. And Ivan, well, the entry goes his way. Nuki a little bit overly aggressive. This is where NoChance are prone to making these mistakes, these kind of plays. This is certainly something that was uncalled for. No reason for Nuki to run out of mid smoke on a gun round like this. Luckily, his teammates are good enough. Yeah, Michaelele able to shut down Ivan. And Kenzer going for the wide peek into Checkers. Not sure why. He should have stayed on site. That's B site lost. And well, as much as NoChance makes a mistake, or more so, I mean, I wouldn't call this a mistake. It was an intentional push through mid by Nukia. But I would say, you know, if you do want to push mid, why not put another player perhaps onto boost, or, you know, perhaps call a flash from your teammates coming into main. They can flash you outside mid, and you can still push to the smoke a little bit safer. Perhaps you even get an entry and then get fragged out, which is still all good and dandy. Luckily, as I said though, you know, Nukia, he's confident enough that even if he dies, his teammates are still going to be able to secure the round regardless, and so they do. It is NoChance 7-0, and Yakindar and Flarich, this will be very difficult for them to save if they stay in these positions they're in right now. Yakindar, though, could get a free kill. Michaelele, I don't think he's going to be predicting this. Oh, Yakindar shows his ace card, though, and has to pull the hell away up from there. Yeah, he's going to be keeping that rifle. That's important. NoChance, I love the fact they're not chasing, though. Look at the money of theirs. Yeah. And, you know, they might look like they're very stable at 7-0 in economy, but Nuki at $2,000 once he buys or he can't even afford an AK. Zen at $2,000, and the rest, you know, not exactly in picture perfect condition as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like at this point, it's gonna be NoChance so stable at this point compared to Prosto, and losing this round on the CT side,
yeah, is
going to destroy them for at least like 2 or 3 more rounds in this first half, giving NoChance ample opportunity to get up to that double-figure scoreline before Prosto even know what's hit them. So right now, good spam by Crystal through the garage doors to be able to deal some early impact. Crystal's actually sort of taken away the attention of these 2 players inside of A main. He can burst out of Wiki if he wanted to, potentially an attempt try and sort of pin to this A bomb site, but still with plenty of time left, NoChance are taking this very, very slowly. Slowing right down, making sure that they know each and every opportunity. Tag onto Flarich, but Def takes a first kill onto Crystal. Better from Prosto to start, but still good damage inflicted by the T side here. 50 seconds on the clock though.
Yeah, time is slowly ticking away. Flarich and Def might be low, but as long as Prosto keep their man lead, they're in a good position. Flarich could abuse the fact that there is a Molotov being thrown, but he stays in Shroud. He's, or more so, just below Shroud. He wants to make sure that he's getting at least 1 kill before he dies. NoChance. They will commit A. This might be worst idea they could have chosen, though. Let's be honest about this. Zen, okay, comes out of Squeaky, finds 2 kills. Certainly, this will turn the tide a little bit. But, oh, Dev doesn't actually get shut down by Frozen. I saw that he was already tagged in, but he didn't actually get killed. And Dev, he's gonna find an ace. Oh my, Dev boy. Well, that's one way to make a comeback possible. Prosto, first on the board, now 6 more to go to tie it up. That's what they need. Let's be honest about this, right, Kieran? I mean, they lost the first, won the first half against Wendigo 8-7, yet still lost the game 16-14. They cannot afford to lose this half by more than a 1 or 2 round difference. That's it, as simple as that.
That's the thing at this point. Like, the thing is, Def's not going to be able to get an ace each and every single round to be able to keep giving these rounds to Prosto. The rest of the team has to really start to work together, and Ikinder, he's on 0 frags at this point. He's essentially a James Bond, but he has those 2 assists to visually take away the disappointment. But Ivan this time, he'll find an early kill on to Frozen. Makalele inside of Z won't get peeked by Ikinder just yet, but it does give NoChance maybe the opportunity to wrap inside of middle, take some control. And that's what they were lacking in that previous round. Yes, they had the A main push, but they had very little control to the rest of the map. And Yakinder will get his first kill of the game. Then taken out of this round. 7-2, maybe a likely scoreline. 3 players sat toward the B bomb site, and Ivan drops the bomb. Nukia dead. Crystal trades back 1, but Still a 4-on-2, a very difficult scenario for these final two members.
Indeed it is, and Michaela is able to bring it back to a 3-on-2. This is still doable by NoChance. 40 seconds remaining. If they are wise to the fact there's a flank coming in, Michaela almost shuts down Yekindar. Lucky that Def is there in CT, though, saves his hide and is securing a probable victory at this point now for Prosto. And whew, that was close. Crystal, his spray might have actually put a headshot, or more so a bullet in the head of Yekindar. That would have been a very different outcome then, but the money for NoChance has at least risen to the fact that they have another buy in their hands. But if they lose this without a plant, it will be a pistol buy coming up. So Prosto, this is a crucial moment for them. Winning this round will secure them a highly probable chance, or a high chance of getting at least one more afterwards. And as I've said, they need to secure a very good first half in order to have a chance of winning this this map. And Kenzer, or more so Def, getting the entry with Kenzer being boosted into vents. This is a good tactic by Prosto. I very much like it. 3 players in mid focused onto the defensive mid, while having a boost in vents to still control B, or at least support the guy on B himself. And Kenzer, he's heard at least 1 or 2 players. Ivan is burning alive, 50 HP, but Zen is wise to the push, and he's gonna get the kill. Frozen finds the second. Crystal. Frozen! A double, no! And Flourish and Yekindar, what do you really do? It's a 4-on-2. There is no chance they get this round back. It's B side, bomb planted. It's a save, Prosto. 2-8.
Same scoreline replicated in this match as we saw in the Wendigo game. This time the scoreline entirely, like you said, flipped on its head. Prosto taking an early beating from NoChance, and again they'll be having an eco in this next round, potentially a couple of pistols forced in return, but it's a reset onto this CT side, and gonna hit them hard. They're gonna have very little money left, and NoChance, they can push again to double figures in this first half. With NoChance, even again, losing Nukia as that early man as he once more pushed through that smoke inside of mid.
Yeah.
It was the rest of the team to be the janitors of that round, clean it up to make sure it gets confirmed. And again, you can see there is very little in the side of Prosto. They'll have the 2 rifles saved up, a couple of pistol investments. They'll get an AUG dropped as well, so they are going to force off at the back of this rather than going for an eco this time. Smoke out onto the boost pretty much ensures that there will be a push out toward that mid position again, but so much damage inflicted. Zen down to 26 early. Crystal the same, but good damage returned. Kinder down to 11 and Def tied just below 60. NoChance get some good mid control and rotate 3 players onto this B bomb site with seemingly no reason to do so here, Prosto.
Yeah, I mean, as long as Prosto are not losing men defending mid and not keeping it in the end, it's okay. You know, the CTs can afford to relinquish mid, but they have to double up or double down on their defense on all sides, because they need to pretty much secure then the fact that if you do get pushed by 5 men, you are ready for it. And well, here we go. It's going to be 1 in Superman, 2 on site. Although, no, excuse me, nobody in Superman. I apologize. I thought Yekindar was there. Ivan, though, on site will get the entry. Frozen down. It's a 5-on-4. 4 AKs left on the side of NoChance, and they look like they want to commit towards B, but not just yet. They are waiting for the call by Michaela. He's waiting in Squeaky. If he gets 1 kill, that might be it. Ivan, though, lucky to drop down. He would have been pre-fired otherwise, but Kenza has a nog, and he's gonna be doing his best to pretty much shut down any sort of a chance NoChance had. And Nukia, 1-on-5 with 5 HP left. No position to play from. And Yekindar will find his 3rd kill of the game.
8-3 is a good scoreline from Prosto. It gets them a couple of rounds here on that CT side. We saw what Wendigo were able to do when they tied it up at 8-7. NoChance this time, off of the back of a mixed economy throughout the team. We'll go for a full buy, a full investment. Makalele, Crystal, and Zen with those AKs in hand. Pistols for the rest of the NoChance side. But it looks like maybe they're going to go and show some very quick aggression out toward the A bomb site. Makalele, I think, gets info on that first initial player. The bullet's just grazing past the head of Flarich there as he's that safe in this corner. Try and just avoid the bullets. Makalele will get forced back by the Molotov. Only takes, well, doesn't take a tick of damage. You heard the tick there, but didn't even get inflicted. So lucky for him. Crystal will get tagged at least a little bit, even though that's a beautiful entry as he's able to open up a first. All players will funnel through the A main and squeaky position, but Flarich inside of the smoke could be the kryptonite for NoChance here.
Oh my god, and he will be. He comes out swinging, finding 2 kills. Zen now gets 1 in return, but it's a 1-on-4, and he's about to be locked out. Yekin, they're waiting patiently in NBK. And Prosto played perfectly. They don't push, they don't overextend, and above all else, it's Flarich coming in behind. Excuse me, not Flarich, but it was Def from B, or was it Ivan? I'm not sure actually. From this point.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
I think it was Def coming in from B side and getting the backstab kill. NoChance though. I think they, well, not just think, but we can say they waited too long to get onto A site. They gathered up in main immediately. They rushed it, and then they had no map control afterwards, leaving themselves wide open for a flank, for any sort of a plan that Prosto might throw at them. So certainly a bit of a slowdown on NoChance that kind of cost them the round because of it. I mean, when you gather up in main and there's 3 CTs already waiting you on site B or on the site itself, and then you face off with a flanker coming behind you, you're in a very difficult spot. And yeah, I mean, it just comes down to the fact that NoChance waited too long. 4-on-4. It is an eco round after all, and this eco round should be ending pretty soon, I guess. There's no deagles, there's no real utility, nothing that can be possible, or more so that gives the possibility to NoChance to win. As expected, Prosto at 5 rounds. This is a lot better than what it looked like, and certainly quite an improvement upon their first few rounds of the half.
Yeah, we're seeing a much better side out of Prosto now. They've gone into this, they've woken up a little bit, they've got their right mindset ready, and if they can do to Wendigo if they can do to NoChance, sorry, what Wendigo did to them and tie it up at this 8-7 scoreline, it's going to make the game very, very close. Some great spam onto Yakinda, though, as he's only tagged down to 90, but it's still damage inflicted. Nevertheless, a push through the smoke, though. Yakinda, that's dangerous. And already Makalele will capitalize upon the kill. He'll take those all day long. Not too sure why he went for that, really.
Yeah,
it provides very little.
Yeah, it's of zero tactical sense to it. I mean, you basically are playing in a 5-on-5 scenario and you push through mid through the smoke. I mean, even if there's no player watching directly the cross through the smoke, there's a high chance that there's still going to be somebody at least aware of that possibility. So, Yekindar, not sure why he did that. He could have just kept himself in vents or close to mid and, kept control of mid because of it. Prosto, they have a man down. They're about to be facing off the music towards B, it seems like. 2 players are going to be doing a bit of a fake out while the bomb is moving towards main. It is going to be a fake towards B indeed, and NoChance. I think they've played it well enough. There's only 1 man left on the site A defense, and there's 4 players about to encircle him. Flarich, he needs to stay alive or at least get 1 or 2 kills. That's it. And well, he's already getting tagged down to 15. This is horrible as he's going to be spotted by Makalele. There it is. Crystal with a double on B though. He clears it out single-handedly. They don't even need to fake it. They can actually go B if they wanted to. And that is going to be Zen to find the final kill. A bit of a poor decision made by Prosto to push through mid by Yekindar more precisely. Certainly could have played it better, and certainly would have been better or different if he had stayed alive. Prosto, full buy though still in their hands as they have a lot of money banked up. NoChance looking to take the last one. 10-5 first half or 6-9. We're about to find out as both teams are going to be taking it on for the 15th.
This time it's going to be NoChance again, trying to go for a little bit of that more early kind of pace hold. They'll get themselves deep inside of main to kickstart this round, but like you said, if they go into this with a 10-5, it does set them up for a very nice start going into the CT side. However, you can't take away from Prosto that this is their map pick. They'll have this one. Again, there's always a chance that they can make this sort of round possible. We've seen them battle Wendigo so closely, but again, it depends whether NoChance they'll allow them to do that. I think Wendigo made some crucial mistakes that allowed them an input into the game, and that's why Prosto did go so far as they did. However, NoChance it's whether or not they'll give them that opportunity to strike. Even so, minute left on the clock, or just under, as they look to head into this game, or into this final round. This time, going to be a lot of mid control by NoChance. I'm liking the fact that they're putting so much into mid. Kenzo will get mollied out. A smoke to give up his position. And already look at Crystal. He's inside of that Z position. This could be crucial. If he wraps around and takes out Def, this could be so smart. But Frozen, he'll be able to catch out as Nokia and Makalele assisting with so many people grouped up toward this B bomb site. And Crystal already from heaven. A beautiful double. Just proving why he's such a good fragging in-game leader. And this is surely 10-5 as we move into this.
And I think we have to mention, it was Nokia that actually baited Crystal's push. He was tapping away into connector, kind of like trying to give fake info to Prosto. Okay, somebody's shooting from mid, right? Nobody's pushing into connector. At least we don't think so. And it's the exactly opposite. Crystal, that double saves the round almost. I mean, confirms the round 100% afterwards. And Yekindar, a 1-on-3, no chances. Then takes him out. 10-5 first half. And a relatively successful half for NoChance given, or excuse me, for Prosto given how they started off. But this is where the real, I guess you could say the real trouble begins. They're going to have to bring out a T side that we have yet to see out of them. And they really will have to improve upon all aspects of their gameplay if they wish to take this first map as their own.
That's the thing, like NoChance here at this point, they've got a much better scoreline than we saw out of Wendigo. They've been able to put 2 more rounds or 3 more rounds on the board than what Wendigo did, and heading into the second half, it's going to be hard for Prosto, especially if the pistol doesn't go in their favor at all, but confirms NoChance have like a 12-5 before Prosto can buy, depending if they force the second round or not. So it's going to be hard for Prosto, especially if they lose the pistol.
Pretty much so, and of course we will find out who's gonna win or lose the pistol after a short commercial break coming right now.
Loot.bet. Made for live betting.
And welcome back, of course, into our second half. We're about to find out, can Prosto win the pistol and potentially secure a tie on top of it? Obviously, that's a long way to go, but if they win the pistol, that's at least a good start, the start that they need. Meanwhile, for NoChance, well, we know that their CT side has not always been too, I guess you could say, too shiny, too good. But with Zen in the team now, or at least, excuse me, not in the team, but as the stand-in, also, you know, having quite a good starting point to work from, I think they should be able to at least fight against Prosto's pistols. But look at this, Prosto, looking like they want to split 8, perhaps. I'm kind of fond of this, really. It's a good choice if they can get onto short fast enough.
Yeah, it all depends on that short control, but
ouch.
Frozen, especially when you've got him holding mid, it's going to be a very tough one to face off. I love the fact that they've got 3 players stacked up in middle right now. One safe in behind sandbags, one in Z playing quite wide, and the same for Highway. So even if the first player on Highway to fall, yes, Frozen's there to back him up, but Crystal, they have no idea where he is either. So it's a good hold to play. NoChance coming into this pistol very smart, and right now it's going to be Prosto heading back around toward the A bomb site. 3 players inside of main, despite Yakinda being incredibly low. I'd hope they send him out first, just because he's that low HP, but they won't, but it doesn't matter. Nokia to take out Def, Kenzo at least finds one to trade back. Yakinda shut down in this round, though, in 4-on-2. This should be where the pistol comes to a close. I don't even think they'll allow the bomb plant. Makalele tapping away, finds himself one, and that distracts Kenzo long enough for the plant not to be had. Prosto, unfortunate, but NoChance. Again, a beautiful round.
It's a textbook round, right? They're taking the chance that they're not going to be rushed onto B or A site, as is usual per certain positions, or per certain games. But I mean, with 3 players in mid, as you said it yourself very well, they force Prosto to perhaps take a fight they don't exactly want to. We saw Prosto actually focusing on mid early on, and I wouldn't be surprised if Crystal actually made a few notes on how Prosto plays their mid takes, or how they play their pistol rounds on cash and etc. etc. And you know, NoChance, they're gonna have a few, I guess you could say, anti-strats ready for that. And we already see 2-1-2 set up. This is pretty much default. They know that Prosto is not gonna be going mid at all. If they do go mid in some occasion or in some weird way, they've got Frozen there with the UMP that's going to be playing for control. Meanwhile, NoChance, they do deviate by putting Nuki on white box, but they've got him quickly to rotate over if needed, and obviously Michaelele has an MP9 that's going to be spotting main continuously and pretty much knowing if somebody goes forward. And there's the nade, a lot of damage, decent amount of damage. This round is pretty much gone for Prosto. They've got no Kevlars, no real pistols. This should not be a victory under any circumstance, really.
Yeah, like you said, they shouldn't be dropping this one at all in this type of scenario. And
oh, look at the balls.
Oh, I love Makalele. Just peeks on through, has no care in the ball. You can really tell he's enjoying his CS with this roster. Like, he seems to be so revitalized when he's playing his game, and I think it sort of makes it easier for him to play at this kind of level where opponents may be a little bit easier, but that won't matter to him. He's just enjoying playing the game at this point. I think that's like that's the most important thing for him, especially with some of the tough times he's had in teams of the past where he's just been made to play really. But Yakinda, whilst he takes down one, this shouldn't be surviving too long. Makalele and Zane to group up for all the damage. 12-5 before that first gun round comes through. NoChance setting themselves up for a perfect opportunity to really hammer home in map number 1 here.
I mean, this is already a perfect start for NoChance. It will be the first gun round coming out of the T side of Prosto, and we'll see what they set up for NoChance. But I will dare say this. I mean, the way it looked, the way it's been going on, NoChance, I think they're going to be ready for any sort of incursion like this. Michaelele on a bit of an off angle on Heaven. He's going to have the first spot. Oh, he sees the feet of one, but the door's opened. Kenzer, he had to be addressed, otherwise there would be a free kill to Kenzer. Yekindar wins the duel against Frozen. That's an important victory, actually, because now Nuke is isolated on site. If somebody peeks him out through mid-doors, or excuse me, mid-entry, there could have been a free kill for Prosto. Unfortunately, Michaelele wins it back, immediately puts it into a 4-on-4. Oof! Yeah, oh! Nuke! Oh my god, what a tap away, what a flick away. And in an instance, Prosto lose 2 men. And it's back to a 4-on-2. This is horrible for Prosto, really.
It's worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Especially in this T side where they've just gone into their first gun round and have already been shut down. It's It's not looking good right now for Prosto, and moving forward, this is of course the map pick of Prosto. It's the map that they intended on taking the victory on to go into map number 2, but it seems like the lack of energy from that game number 1 is already resonating in the side of Prosto, and it's a quick finish here in this round. It's going to be 13-5 and an eco in the hands of Prosto. It's not looking good right here, and this might be curtain call already, despite there still being plenty of rounds left. Prosto just don't look up for the task here.
I wouldn't say plenty of rounds left, because simply put, NoChance is about to be up to 14.
True.
And, you know, 2 rounds is what they need. So Prosto, that's a lot of rounds they need to win in a row if they want to make sure that they don't play against map point. And Flarich, well, that's one way to kick it off. It's going to be a free kill for him. Zen is caught immediately, but Crystal, look at the angle. He's so well versed with understanding that Prosto most likely did not spot him, as obviously his teammate has died in beforehand, and simply put, Prosto did not predict that. Nuke peeks out mid. That was a little bit of a closer call than it needed to be, as that deagle could have actually resulted in a free kill. Ivan finds one, as I said, you know, free kills all around, but it doesn't really change the final outcome, which is 14-5. The last full buy coming out for Prosto, or at least the last real full buy coming out. This plant does give them a little bit of extra money though, so they should be able to keep at least a bit of bonus in the bank. So therefore they should have another buy afterwards if they do lose in in one way or another. But we're about to find out if Prosto can at least close it out to a potential 10 rounds on the board, or is it just going to be a pretty dominant performance all the way from NoChance?
It definitely does seem that way, but again, we can never discount anything happening in a game of online CS. It's probably one of the most volatile sort of scenarios to play in, but again, you just sort of think, on paper, is this likely to happen? Probably not, but there's hope. There is that element of hope this time, though. Prosto on their buy round. Nokia able to open things up already. Beautiful first kill on to Ivan.
Ooh, Flarich.
Ooh. Jay's able to get out through that smoke. He could even shift. Yeah, he could get 2 here. Oh, wow. Yep, he takes 2. That is good. He maybe shook a little bit when he faced off Makalele, but able to take him down either way. Crystal gets a refrag as that bomb is down. It's taken away and time is of the essence. 3 on 3, definitely a possible retake. Molly goes down and Crystal will get forced out. Good damage done and he's already dead. Kenzor finds a refrag though. But time is of the essence. They have to move now. But he finds a first.
No, he's in squeaky.
And they do. It's surely round over. They get on the defuse now. The smoke is already down. Frozen. He spots the player. Surely, yes, he does. But either way, Crystal.
Not gonna hold it. Oh, what? Okay, I thought he's gonna hold it. Okay,
yeah, I think he could have done it there.
Yeah, he could have done it because, I mean, simply put, you don't have time to go for the kill, right? So commit and, pros don't fake and all that good jazz. Screw it. If you die, you die. If you don't die, you still tried, right? You still probably kill your opponent because the bomb explodes. In any case, it is going to be 1 round to Prosto, but that was pretty much a round that effectively should have been lost if our dear friends NoChance would be just a tiny bit faster. Or a tiny little bit faster. But anyway, it is going to be another gun round on both sides. There is an AWP on Makalele, but the money lacking is already quite apparent on NoChance. They've got a pistol on Zen. Well, 3 rifles is still going to help them immensely, though.
Especially that AWP. Ooh, Makalele, he's waiting for that jump across, which that's actually really smart. He knows the player is obviously going to jump to try and cross. Yakinda takes 1, but Nokia with a trade. Already that bomb goes down here on the A bomb site that will call the rotations of all of the NoChance guys. Flarich is still inside of B, so if they move fast enough, they could get into this situation in a 4 on 3, depending how these frags go. And Frozen on the lurk. Flarich may be expectant to come from mid, but it's now or never again. It's going to be a round based on a retake.
Yeah, this retake shouldn't be doable, let's be honest. At this point, time has ran out, no chance.
They're backing away.
Yeah, better to save than lose whatever you have. Zen, I would dare say, should have stayed alive. Same goes for Crystal. Flarich will find all remaining members and make sure that they save nothing. An eco round coming up for NoChance, and Prosto seemingly waking up. And this is what I said. If we wanted to see them win this map, or at least go into a bit of a closer relation with NoChance in it, they're gonna need to have more than just the few rounds or the 1 round 1. This is where the real comeback begins. But 7 rounds in a row is what they need to only tie it up, and then 2 more, or excuse me, 2 more to win. We'll have to find out if that's possible or not. Crystal, oh, he's got a Zeus if I see that correctly.
Yeah, I think he does.
Oh, a little sneaky beaky line.
Especially in that B bomb site where Crystal does play. If he's that close, could work out, and he definitely is. Will he expect the wraparound? I don't think he will, but Flarich won't check it either.
Ooh.
This is like so much information gathered, not only for T side, but literally no idea that he's here right now, and he's still not checked. He finally hears footsteps, but he gets a Zeus kill either way. Can't retrieve the weapon. As nice as it is, it's a one-time, like a one-trick pony. Nokia with a nice deagle shot onto Flarich, though. At least they're doing damage in this eco type of round. But 7 to 8, and like you said, 14 to 8, and Prosto, like you said, are waking up right now. They're getting back into this game.
Although it might be too little too late if the next gun round turns sour, because we all know how well NoChance can capitalize on top of a single 2 kills that they can pick up initially. The gun round is here. The real challenge has now begun. Prosto, this is going to be only one of the larger, I guess you could say, jumps they're going to have to make in order to pass on to the next puddle and into the next part of the sea. Because, well, they're going to have to win a lot more in a row to not allow NoChance to get that map point. And above all else, they're going to be fighting them all the way. More so throughout the entirety of this road they are going to walk. And Yekindar goes for the peak. That's it. That's the entry. Zen, he's going to be securing it early on. Bit of damage tanked on Makalele and Crystal, but it does not really change the outcome. Makalele finds the second. Oh my, Ivan though goes through short, barely leaving Nuki alive. That was a close call there for the CTs, but Frozen Nice, Ivan. It seems like it's all coming down the drain all of a sudden for Prosto. Flarich and Genzer, a 2-on-5. Certainly doable, but very difficult round to win in any scenario you might find yourself in. This is just horrible, really.
Yeah, it seems like the time has come. NoChance want to get this map done and move into number 2, and I think it's not good for Prosto, especially they were reliant on this map just like they were in that best of 3 against Wendigo, because again, they've allowed that map of Overpass to be picked after being destroyed like 16-3, was it? Or whatever.
16-2.
16-2, yeah, what the scoreline was, which is absolutely crazy. So maybe a death wish there from Prosto as they realize that Overpass is coming up next. 15-8, and very little on some of these T-side players for the potential final round of map number 1. And this is it's kind of weak again, and we've got to put it down to the problem of when Wendigo absolutely destroyed them. I think that's just knocked their confidence for the day. Like they you can of course say they'll bounce back on another day, but this is Prosto's final game. This is their final best of 3. They don't have another day.
Yeah, they don't have another chance, and even if they would have a 1 or 2 more best of 3s, unfortunately the results that they've already up to this moment brought to the table are not really going to be saving them from any sort of loss. I mean, this is pretty much it. They're out of the tournament. They're playing pretty much the final battles just to make sure they finish their tournament with a maximum amount of with all games played, and that's it. This is 15-8, about to be 16-8, given the circumstances that Prosto are in. They're being denied every single point on the map. 4 players on B to make sure that this B hit, will not really be successful. A player in vents, a player below vents, a player in CT, although the rotation might be a little bit too fast. Yekindar, ho, that is beautiful. That's a no-scope and a half. As Zen is still holding at Xbox. But Yekindar, okay, Yekindar.
Okay.
Fair enough. I'm gonna take that. I love it. I'm loving it so far. That's beautiful. And Crystal, yeah, I'm not sure what he wanted to do with that jump, but he's gonna be caught by Flarich. It's back to Nuke and Michaelele. A 5-on-2, and certainly NoChance. Kinda not really giving themselves a chance to win. I mean, that was more of a mistake on their side than anything else. They've rotated off to B immediately and left everything open, and then allowed obviously Prosto to get the map control and get themselves into position. Obviously, Ekender having the double with the no-scope coming out in vents is a little bit of a lucky, I wouldn't say a lucky shot, but more so just a lucky break.
Ooh, hang on.
But it's a 2-on-2. This is not yet done. Hang on indeed. As Def and Flarich are fighting this survival round, and, well, it does look like they might be able to do it now. Ooh, okay.
He knows of that one man in vents, and
yeah,
I think he's just going to back away. That was a... Despite losing the round, they inflict great damage to finish, which I think is always what you'd aim to do, even if you can't win the round. So yeah, it's not that bad from NoChance. They leave 2 players alive here, but again, it was better from Yakinda there as he opens up with some nice shots onto that B bomb site. But you got to say it's getting risky. They're capitalizing more and more on the mistakes of this P side with each and every round that comes where they make them, and right now 15-9, it's going to be in the back of the minds that there's a single mistake for Prosto, and NoChance are going to run away with this game, and it's not safe. It's very risky, and Prosto, they might have realized that themselves here. They have an eco on the hands though. Nokia, the only man with a rifle, but you know what Frozen can do with pistols. You know how talented he can be. He has a single Desert Eagle and an only AWP as well. This is not looking good. Zendo, he does trade back into a 4-on-3.
Oh, okay. NoChance for some reason going White Peak on short. That is certainly the worst possible scenario they could have played from. But now Nuke and Crystal, they've got the defuse kit. They've got an AWP on Nuke. He misses the shot, but Crystal, ooh, no Kevlar will not save him. Or more so, will not give him a chance to even fight it off. Nuke is about to die though. Kenzer's going to be coming in from mid. Good pop flashes all around. And NoChance. This is now 10th for Prosto. It's pretty much confirmed. No, Nuke. He thinks they boosted? No, okay. Kenzer, look at how safe Kenzer is playing. He's so well aware of the fact that Nuke might be predicting this play, that might be predicting this position, that he does not want to even risk getting killed. He just wants to make sure that he has 100% certainty of winning the round, and that's it. That's how you have to play as Prosto. And yeah, NoChance. I mean, they started off so well. Frozen and Crystal, they get the two. Excuse me, Nukia and Crystal get and Frozen get the 2 kills, and then they peek wide on short. I'm not sure why, but they do, and it costs them the round. And 5 more to go, and Prosto will have a tie for overtime. Keep in mind, though, this tournament is sponsored by Loot.bet, though. A bit of a commercial in between. And of course, some people might be wondering where can they get drops from. If you wanted to get a drop from this game by watching it, go to YouWatch, and, well, you have a chance to get a weapon for free. Or a skin for free, excuse me. Full buys here, though, NoChance. They've got an AUG, make it double, a FAMAS, an M4, and an AWP. 2 defuse kits, a relatively healthy economy when it comes to utility, but I guess it's okay-ish. Same as Prosto. So, ooh, this might actually work out.
Makalele spammed edge of the smoke. Kinder able to find an early frag as that bomb goes down. Frozen will try and wrap in, but Yakinder is wise to it. A dink by Zen. He is down to 3 HP, but Flarich destroys
Round
Crystal.
done.
That's a 5-on-2, and like you said, round is done. Prosto, they're grinding these back. Whilst it might be too little too late and a single mistake will finish it, they don't want that mistake to happen. They're going to be pushing on with these rounds, showing no signs of slowing yet. There is, of course, that overtime potential. We can never take that away from Prosto just yet. Not until that 16th round is all but confirmed and on the scoreboard. But again, it's better from this T side so far. But you've got to think, is it too little, too late? Potentially so. We will see another eco, I believe, from that CT side though. So a chance again for Prosto to put 1 more on the board and just make it that little bit more competitive.
Indeed, indeed. I mean, there's a high chance we might be seeing overtime. NoChance themselves are kind of flabbergasted, feels like. I mean, they're not really working as well as they did initially in the opening stages of the map. They're kind of just, you know, letting too much room to Prosto. And there we go. Yakindara goes for the entry. This time Zen holds the line. Finds 2. That might be enough. It's going to be triple. Nobody checking him.
Zen.
Why is nobody checking Zen? It's going to be 3k for him. A 3-on-2 Flarich and Ivan. They've got an AWP. Oh, Ivan, what is that peak? What the bloody hell? And Crystal.
What?
There's the kill. 1-on-3 by Flarich. I am surprised it goes this poorly for Prosto. After knowing where one man is, they should always be clearing him out. Instead, they lose 3 to him, and that is the round done. Zen, nobody turns around.
Saying.
Why is nobody turning?
Single mistake, and NoChance are gonna take it, and that's what happened. They just capitalize upon again a lapse of concentration from Prosto. They take that first victory, and just like we said in the Wendigo game, going into map 2 on overpass, we have to fear the worst. 16-2.
Yeah.
That first score line, NoChance, again, another team that can play overpass. It's going to be dangerous for Prosto here.
It will, and of course, what will be also dangerous is a short commercial break we'll be taking in between the second map. Make sure to check us out on Twitter at Kieran the Caster or myself at Overseard, and of course, make sure to check out the sponsors, Loot.bet, for providing, of course, the means for this tournament, as well as YouWatch if you want to get any drops while watching the games themselves. We will be back for Overpass, as Kieran said, so stay tuned, and we shall return with map number 2.
Loot.bet. Made for live betting.
Telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right.
To get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, gravity pulls you straight down, down. Clear
You and me are born of regularities, living all the dreams, playing all the games, and getting high on love. They can chase us down, but we will always win. Leading every dance, feeling every touch, and getting high on love. We're invincible. Trust in me. We're invincible. Don't you see? We're invincible.
fall. I'll be here as your foundation. And I say, hey, yo, just let it go. Your struggles won't remain. And I say, hey, yo, we're holding hope and wake up yesterday. So hold on to me. Hold on to me. Hold on to me.
Gave you too much, now I'm swallowed. Now I'm the fool while you're breaking rules. Dangerous path that I follow. Oh, go on, just do what you do. And it hurts as I bleed for you, cry for you. Oh, oh. Let me bleed as I bleed for you, cry for you. Oh, oh. Let me bleed. Let me
Loot.bet. Made for live betting.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our second map of the day, or more so the fourth map, the second best of three of the day, with NoChance facing off Prosto, and map one, a rather disaster we could say for Prosto, at least in comparison to that of how they played against Wendigo. NoChance make it look easy for the first half and almost subsequently for the second one as well, while Prosto did get what, I think it was in the end, what, 5-6 rounds that they got up? No, excuse me, no, that's actually more. They picked up like 7-8 rounds actually.